Hello, hello, hello. I am coming live here and I wanted to just talk. I had a message from my son and he said, I'm really not trying to do all that. And he's talking about just asking him to go help me move some furniture. But I have been rearranging my whole house. And so, because of this vision that I have of elevating our surroundings and making things better, I have decided to, do the effort and take the time. But when you do that, you know that you uncover things that maybe you didn't want to uncover. So, when I move the kids' beds, and my sons are helping me too, okay? Some of them more willingly than others, some of them more gladly than others. But or and so I have I'm gonna see I'm gonna turn this around just so that you can see, because it's bad. But you know that sometimes this is what happens is we get caught up and we may get stuck and we have an idea, but in our mind it seems like it's a great idea, and then we start getting into it and it gets all messy and it gets gross, and then we want to stop because it's so messy and it feels so hard, and then we sometimes want to give up. Let me see if I can figure out how to turn the camera around. Okay, maybe this is it. Let's see. Okay, so this looks pretty good because I moved his bed, but the amounts of trash that I moved out of there was a lot. And he had all these clothes up behind his bed and under his bed. And then I go into the hallway. What? It's embarrassing, right? And there's all this stuff stacked. And then there's all these, and then this is my other kid's room. We moved the bed and this is what was under it. Oh my goodness, I could not believe what was under it, right? And it was just hiding there, waiting to be dealt with because it wasn't. And then in the hallways, I have the beds, the mattresses. I have more on the floor. I have more down the hallway because that's what it takes, right? Let me see if I get the camera before I make y'all dizzy and sick. That's what it takes to get things moving. It takes us to put the effort in. It takes us sometimes needing support, sometimes needing extra encouragement, because it gets messy and it gets frustrating and it gets tiring and it feels like we're not going to get there because it's so messy. So right now I don't have all the beds in place, but I'm making space, and we're going to be getting rid of a lot of clothes. I can see it in my future, and I have several of these sets the sold, and people are coming to get them, so my halls won't be lined up with all these bed frames and all this. But this really applies to how we are working in our life and our vision that we have. It has to do with the cost of getting to where we want to be and what we want to have. And I always find it so valuable and so to take the time to make the space and to do what is required. And I know that when we elevate the way that we treat ourselves, and in this way, we're going to be elevating our environment. And when we do that, we give more space and more room for other things, great things to happen, even though there may be there is a cost in the process of it, but the cost is worth it. And I know that some of my kids really dislike change, like all of us. Some of us are a lot more resistant to changing, even if it's a good change, because changing is an unknown. It's going to a level that we do not know, and it makes us feel sometimes insecure. It makes us feel, it's not a known way, and so it feels uneasy. But when we get comfortable to the new level, we're not going to want to go back to our previous level. We're not going to want to go back to where we were. And so it's always to be willing to elevate, to keep our vision strong. And if you have share with me your vision, and if you are watching with me, if you're watching the replay, say #replay, and tell me what you're working on. If you're working on some areas that you really want some vision, maybe it's releasing weight, maybe it's getting healthier, maybe it's so that you can go hiking with your kids. That was one of my goals, was so that I could be able to be active and go hiking with my kids. And I want them to have, now I'm working on this our environment to get ourselves in greater more harmonious sleeping environment, and our rooms to be more working. So there's things. How are you, or what is something that maybe you have a vision that is, you feel stuck? Message me, and I would love to talk with you about it. I'm working in my enrolling into my 5-week program right now, which is called Envision Her. And if you want more details, I'd love to share them with you. It's really exciting, and I'm super stoked about what's happening. And I love y'all. So say hello and put in the comments so I know you're here. And I will catch you soon. Bye for now.